Alright, welcome back to a new workout video on my channel. It's time to finally stretch out our bodies with another flexibility flow workout. So if you feel tight and sore in your body and you're in the need for a stretchy and relaxing workout, make sure you continue to watch this video. So I'm gonna take you through a 30-minute class that is packed with exercises and stretches that is guaranteed to make you feel so much better after. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do that so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I upload new workout videos every Tuesday and Saturday. But what are we waiting for? Grab your mat and we'll dive right in. Alright, so we're gonna start in a standing position. So place your feet hip width apart on the floor, keep a soft bend through the knees. Lift the chest, lower the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms above the head. And exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift. And exhale to lower. Do a few more, just move with your own breath. And then lower the arms down by your side again. Now reach your right arm up and over and then gently pull your head to the right. So you should feel that stretch through the neck on your left side. Just take a few deep breaths here. You can push down with your left hand to get a deeper stretch if you want. And then same thing opposite side, so reach your left arm up and over, gently pull the head to the left. Again, you can push down with the opposite hand to get a deeper stretch. And come back up, very good. Now make sure you keep a soft bend through the knees and then breathe out, flex at the hip, draw the hip back. As you lean forward, reach your arms above the head. Inhale, come back up. Same thing again, breathe out as you reach. Inhale, come back up. So you should feel a stretch through the back of your thighs as you come forward. Also try to keep your spine flat. So if you are rounding through the back, just bend the knees a bit more so that you can keep your spine flat. We'll do two more, so breathe out as you reach. Inhale, come back up, last one coming up. Very good. Now drop your chin towards the chest and then slowly roll down to the floor. Unlocking one vertebrae at a time, go as close to the floor as you can. You can hold for a few seconds at the bottom if you want to. And then slowly roll back up to standing. Stand up tall at the top, roll back the shoulders, open up the chest, and then just drop the chin towards the chest again and slowly roll down to the floor. Stand up tall at the top, do one more. And this time when you come down to the floor, just stay here. Keep a soft bend through the knees. Sway your upper body from left to right if you want to. And then from here, place your fingertips on the floor and then slowly walk out to plank. So make sure you place your hands directly under the shoulders. And then take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, flex at the hip. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, flex at the hip, stretch back onto your heels. Inhale, come back to plank. Do two more. And then come back to plank again. This time bring your right knee forward, lower it to the floor, drop the back knee, untuck the toes on your back foot. Come up on your fingertips, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale, come back up. Exhale as you lower. And breathe in, come back up, do 2 more. And then on the last one, come all the way down to the floor so you can stay up on your elbows or lower the forehead to the floor. And then just take a few deep breaths here. Now, depending on how flexible you are, you might be able to bend the back knee and grab a hold of the ankle. And then see if you can maybe come down on your elbow. Just stay here for a few breaths. So if this is really uncomfortable, don't worry about it. Just keep the back leg straight instead. Take 1 more deep breath here. And then let go of the back leg. Come back up on your hands. And then lean to the right. So place your hands on the right side of your mat so that you can bring your left leg out in front. So you come into a seated position. So your left leg should be out long on the floor and your right knee bent. Now inhale, reach your arms above the head. And then exhale. Flex at the hip, try to touch the toes. Inhale, come back up, reach your arms above the head. And breathe out as you reach for the toes. Do 1 more. Come back up, swap sides. So bring your right leg out long on the floor, bend the left knee, and then inhale, reach your arms above the head, and breathe out as you fold. Try to touch your toes on your right foot this time. Inhale, come up, reach your arms above the head, and breathe out as you stretch. So do a few more, just move with your own breath. Last one coming up. And then come back up. Very good. Now place your hands on your left side of your mat so that you can sweep your right leg around and out behind you. So you should be back where you started, but have the opposite knee out in front now. So your left knee should be forward and your right leg should be out long behind you. Now come up on your fingertips, take a deep breath in and then exhale as you lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Breathe out as you lower. And inhale, come back up, do 2 more. On the last one, come all the way down to the floor and then stay there for a couple of breaths so you can stay up on your elbows or bring your forehead to the floor. That's up to you. And again, you have the option here to bend the back knee, grab a hold of the ankle so you can stay up on your hand or come down on your elbow depending on how flexible you are. But again, if this stretch is really uncomfortable for you, don't worry about it. Take 1 more deep breath here. And off the back leg, come back up on your hands, tuck the toes on your back foot, and then from here lift back to downward facing dog. Do little pulses with your feet, bend one knee at a time, try to bring the heel as close to the floor as you can. And then from here just drop the knees to the floor. Very good. So make sure you have your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under the hips. And then breathe out, round through the back, look between your knees. Inhale as you look up, arch your back. Breathe out, round through the back, look between your knees. Inhale, tilt at the hip, arch your back and look up. So just do a few more. Move with your own breath. You can make the movement as big or small as you like. And then come back to center. Now find your neutral spine. So your spine should have that slight curve. And then make sure you draw the navel towards your spine, engage through the core. So make sure you stabilize your spine in that position. Now breathe out, lift your right leg, keep the knee bent. Inhale as you lower. Breathe out, lift the right leg again. So stay on the right side. Inhale as you lower. Also try to keep your hips parallel with the floor. And just be careful so you don't lift the leg too high, because if you lift too high, you're going to arch your back and lose your neutral spine. So just be mindful of that. Do 2 more. Last one. Very good. Now on the right side again, breathe out, lift the leg out to the side, keep the knee bent. Inhale, lower back to the floor. Same thing again, breathe out, lift the leg. Inhale on the way back. Try to keep the weight evenly distributed on the hands, spine in neutral position. Again, try not to lift the leg too high because you want to keep your hips parallel with the floor. Do 2 more. Last one coming up. Very good. Now sit back onto your heels. And then come back up. So we'll do the same thing on the opposite side now. So again, just find your neutral spine, brace through the core to stabilize your spine in that position. Breathe out, lift your left leg. Inhale to lower. Good, do 2 more. Last one coming up. And then come back to the floor. Just make sure you readjust the spine so that it's in neutral position. And then breathe out, lift the knee out to the side. Inhale on the way back. Breathe out, lift. And breathe in as you lower. Do 2 more. And last one coming up. And sit back onto your heels and rest. Now from here, come up to a seated position. So keep your bottom knee bent and the top leg straight. And then place your hand directly under the shoulder. Exhale, lift the hip and reach the arm above your head. Inhale as you lower, hip just touches the floor, and then you lift up again, breathing out. And breathe in as you lower. You can use the elbow if that's more comfortable for you. Do 2 more. Now on your last one, lift up and hold it there, and then see if you can lift the top leg. And then inhale, bring your knee to the elbow. Breathe out as you extend. Inhale, knee to elbow. Breathe out as you lengthen. Make your body as long as you can. Do 3 more. Last one coming up. And then lower the foot back to the floor and come down on your side. Now keep your knees slightly bent and then lift your feet off the floor. Keep your heels together, spread the toes. And then try to lift your waist off the mat to keep your core engaged. Now as you breathe out, lift the top knee. And then inhale as you lower. Now, if you want to, you can lower the feet back to the floor, come up on your elbow, lift up to a side plank, and then do the same thing in this position. So you breathe out as you lift, and inhale as you lower. So you stay in your side plank. Do 3 more. Last one. And then come down to the floor again. Now bring your knees up to 90 degrees. And then your arms down in front, palms together. Make sure you keep your knees stacked on top of each other, and then breathe out as you open up the chest. Inhale on the way back. Breathe out as you open up the chest. And inhale as you come back to the starting position. Do 2 more. Last one coming up. Very good. Now from here, push yourself up to a seated position and then bring your legs over to the opposite side. So we'll do the same thing on the other side now. So keep your bottom knee bent and the top leg straight, and then place your hand directly under the shoulder. Breathe out, lift your hip and reach with the top arm. Inhale as you lower. Breathe out as you lift up. Again, you can use the elbow if that's more comfortable for you. Do 1 more after this one. So you lift up and hold, and then lift the top foot off the floor. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale as you lengthen. Do 1 more. Very good, and then just lower back to the floor, come down on your side. Keep your knees together, lift the feet off the floor, spread the toes, Lift the waist off the floor to engage your core, and then exhale as you lift the top knee, and inhale as you lower. And again, if you did so on the first side, you can come up on your elbow and lift the hip off the floor. Do 4 more. Breathe out as you lift, and inhale as you lower. And last one coming up. And then lower the feet back to the floor. Bring your knees up to 90 degrees. Bring your hands out in front, palms together. Make sure you keep your knees stacked on top of one another. And then breathe out, open up the chest. And inhale on the way back. Do 2 more. Last one coming up. Excellent. Now from here, come over onto your back. So keep your knees bent and your feet hip width apart on the floor. Find your neutral spine. And then breathe out, lift one foot off the floor. Inhale as you lower. Breathe out, lift the other leg. Knee to 90 degrees, and then inhale as you lower. So you want to make sure you keep your spine in that neutral position as you lift and lower. So it should be the same amount of space between your spine and the mat. All the way through, so you can keep your hands directly under your back to be able to feel if you arch or flatten your spine. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, you can lift both feet off the floor at the same time. So breathe out as you lift. Inhale, lower back to the floor. So if you lift both feet off the floor, make sure you can actually hold your spine in neutral position. Do 3 more. And then finish off with both feet off the floor. So lift your feet, keep your knees directly over the hips and your knees bent. Now, again, make sure your spine is in neutral position, engage your core to stabilize your spine, and then breathe out as you extend your legs. Inhale, come back to the starting position with your knees at 90 degrees and knees directly over the hip. Breathe out, extend your legs again. And inhale on the way back. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, just bring the feet closer to the floor. So you can adjust that as you need, find your level where it feels challenging, but you can still hold your spine in that neutral position. Do 3 more. And last one. Very good. Bring your knees to your chest and wrap your arms around the knees. Rock from side to side. Just take a few deep breaths here. Very good. Now place your feet back to the floor. Keep your feet hip width apart. And then push your lower back into the mat and squeeze your glutes. And then breathe out as you lift the hip. Inhale, reach your arms above the head. And then as you exhale, slowly roll down to the floor again, one vertebrae at a time. Make sure you hold your arms above the head. So your hands should be touching the floor all the time. And then inhale, bring your arms down by your side. Same thing again, so push your lower back into the mat, squeeze your glutes, breathe out as you lift. Inhale, reach your arms above the head. Breathe out, slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time. And then inhale, bring your arms down by your side. So if you find the breathing confusing, just focus on the movement to start with, and then you can add the breathing later on. I'll just go through the breathing one more time. So breathe out, lift the hip. Inhale, reach your arms above the head. Breathe out, roll down. And inhale, lower the arms down by your side. Do one more. Very good. Now bring your arms out to the side and lift the heels off the floor. Keep your toes on the mat. And then breathe out as you bring your knees over to the right. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale as you go through center. And then breathe out, bring the knees over to the other side. Inhale through center. So just keep moving from side to side. Move with your own breath. Now, if you want to, you can lift your feet off the floor. Keep your knees at 90 degrees and then go from side to side. Try to relax the arms and the shoulders as much as you can and use your core muscles to control the movement as much as possible. Do 2 more each side. And then back to center, bring the knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your knees, and take a few deep breaths here. Again, you can rock from side to side if you want to. And then from here, when you're ready, come over onto your tummy. And then sit back onto your heels. Now take a deep breath in, and then as you breathe out, scoop the chest forward. So come forward, keep your nose and chest close to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, tuck your toes, and then breathe out, lift the hip, stretch back onto your heels. Inhale, drop the knees to the floor, sit back onto your heels. Same thing again. Breathe out as you come forward, nose and chest close to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest, tuck the toes under, lift up as you exhale. Inhale, drop the knees to the floor. Very good, do 2 more, so breathe out as you come forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the hip. And inhale, drop the knees to the floor, do 1 more. And then drop the knees to the floor and sit back onto your heels. Just stay here. And then walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Draw your right sit bone towards your right heel. And then over to the right. Draw your left sit bone towards your left heel. to center. Now from here, come up to a seated position. And then reach your right arm over your head and then bend the elbow so that your hand is resting onto your upper back. And then grab a hold of the right elbow with your left hand. Lift the chest, sit up tall. And then lean over to the left. So gently pull on your right elbow. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then come back up, same thing other side. So reach your left arm above the head, bend the elbow, and then grab a hold of your left elbow with your right hand. Lift the chest, sit up tall, and then lean to the right. So gently pull on your left elbow. Take 2 deep breaths here. Come back up, very good. Now sit back onto your heels again, so come back to child's pose. Just take 2 deep breaths here. And then from here, just tuck the toes under, lift up to downward facing dog. Do little pulses with the feet, so try to bring the heel as close to the floor as you can, bend one knee at a time. And then slowly begin to walk with your hands back towards your feet. Stay in your forward fold, take 2 deep breaths here. Relax your arms and the neck, head is heavy, soft bend through the knees. And then when you're ready, just slowly begin to uncurl the spine and make your way back up to standing. Head being the last to come up. Inhale, stand up tall at the top, roll back the shoulders, open up the chest. And breathe out. Well done, we are done for this workout. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you liked the workout. I'm back on Saturday with a new workout video, and that one is a core control workout, which is going to be a lot more core exercises and less stretching compared to the one we just did. So if you are looking for a great core workout, make sure you come back on Saturday for the core control workout. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure you do that so that you don't miss any of my upcoming workouts. I upload new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video.